and I've forgotten what it is, but in the context, all the mothers and fathers of the camp play were there, and something touched them, that audience. They started to cry, the audience. I remember saying, "Goodbye." Holy cats, look at that. Look what I've done. I got power here. And then my dad picked me up and said, "Here's my boy Bill," and he made them people cry. And I think I was off to the races at that moment. Yes, sir. Why did I make only 2 seasons of a what? TJ Hooker. Did you say TJ Hooker? There were 5 seasons of TJ Hooker. You only saw 2. You watched 2 seasons and watched something else. I continued on as the ratings went down because you turned up. You know, a series is based, the longevity of a series is based on the number of people watching, and no matter what people say, "Oh, it's great, so beyond," if the audience isn't watching, the networks turn it off. We're at the moment now. This bleep my dad says has caught the imagination of CBS and Warner Brothers where we're shooting, and they love it. And we're in a honeymoon period. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh yeah, Emmy nod. I heard somebody say the other day, Emmy nod. They love it, and we're in this honeymoon period because the ratings haven't come out yet. Because we're not on the air. Should we come out on the air and nobody watches? No, Emmy nod. And we got order for 13. And presumably they'll order what they call the back 9 as soon as they see what happens. Well, what happens if nothing happens? Go back 9. And it's all over. So it's a function of how many people will watch. And that's why entertainment on television lives and dies. Over here, a question over here. Yes, young man. Oh, not a young man. The little old lady sitting in a chair. No, you're a young man. I got it.
I'm a journalist too.
You're a journalist too.
As a journalist, I want to know.
And as a journalist, you want to know.
You're hosting Raw Nerve. You do the aftermath.
Raw Nerve, aftermath, yes.
Do you pick up any techniques?
Do I pick up any techniques?
What are your techniques?
What are my techniques in those things? Well, that's a really good journalist question. I don't know what journalism is. I don't even know what journalism is. You report like what you see. I mean, what is interesting to me is what's the truth of an event? What is the truth of anything? It's your version of facts and somebody else. I mean, in the car down here, we were discussing a friend of mine who took umbrage at something somebody said. He got angry. And the guy didn't mean anything. And he said, "I don't understand the reaction." No, he reacted that way because of what he said. So what is the truth of an event? How do you find the truth of something that's happening? Whether it's a car crash or a political thing or a thing in your family that somebody's doing something and you say, "Well, why are they doing that?" What is the truth? It's a perennial question. It's an eternal question of what is the truth. And for me, that curiosity is what is my impulse in both Aftermath and in Raw Nerve. I don't have an agenda, and maybe that's what has made the people come. They see that I don't want to harm them. I don't want to get something tabloid from them. All I want to do is find out what the truth is from them. What their feeling is, what they saw, what they felt. So, a guy like Bernard Getz, the subway vigilante some years ago. New York was in the middle of a crime spree 20 years ago, something like that. And this guy is looking for trouble because he's been robbed and beaten, pillaged somewhere, And he's walking around. He's a little nerd, not little, he's about 6 feet. He's a thin, nerdy guy. But he's packing a gun. And he's looking for trouble. What's going on in his mind? What's he thinking? Gets on a subway train. What? What's he talking about? Is he coming to attack me? Do I need to be alert? Is that somebody? What's he talking about? Are we okay? No, seriously. What? I'm in the middle of a story, for God's sake. See, what's the truth? I found it entertaining up to the leg. So Bernie Getz is packing a pistol, looking for trouble, and he gets on the subway train, and 4 kids accost him. And he draws his gun out and shoots 4 kids in the subway train. No question he did it. And he's let off. He had a trial, and they found him not guilty. Until 10 years later, when a civil suit was brought against him, he was found guilty, had to pay a fine, said I'm bankrupt, and didn't pay the fine. On the program that's been broadcast now, but it'll be repeated, he shows me what a fast draw is, and he tries several times. I haven't practiced in a long time. And we provided him with a fake gun, and he's trying to draw the gun and show me how he shoots 4 people, and what you're thinking, what you're seeing, how you're feeling, what you're squatting, and what the people are doing, what their reaction is, and he hears the sounds. Well, that's the truth for him. Of course, the kids lying down on the ground with bullet holes in them is a whole other truth. So that's my form of journalism. Okay? Yes. First of all, why are you coming towards me? You what? You want to get a good look? well, I can't withstand a good look. A cursory look is okay for me. What? And don't curse me too hard. Right? What? Anyway. Fantastic to finally meet me. And what's your question? Up till now, I haven't heard a question. For your son, what? Who couldn't make it, yes. Okay. Well, your son walks around with my Star Trek book. I get him help immediately. Yeah. The dialogue. But he talks like what? He talks like me. You mean the I don't do that. Yes. That's right. I'm trying to remember my lines, and he's talking like me. So we got a whole thing going this way. Now we know. What is my favorite episode? We finally got to the question. What is my favorite episode? I never heard that question. Let me think. My favorite episode. You want to know my favorite episode? Okay. My favorite episode. I don't have one. Because I can't remember them. It's been a long time. But what I usually say is that there was one there with bridge across the river across the bridge, the what? City on the Edge of Forever. That's it. City on the Edge of Forever. How's that? That is a succinct answer. Yes. Yes. Will I sing you something? Yeah. Well, you know, the question is loaded with sarcasm. Because I've kept it a secret up to now. But I can't sing. But what I can do is find the musicality of words. And so I try and make the words as poetic as they're written. But I've had an interesting experience lately. You can sit down. that praying position is not good. It evokes nothing but recorded to another record. And, you know, I know that you know that I know. But I can't sing. I wish I could. I mean, I took singing lessons at school and all that kind of thing. For a while there, I was getting a little bit more musicality, and I could reach the notes. We call it solfeggio, where you read the music. But I stopped that, and then I couldn't do it. Okay. But I love the drama of some of these songs. So the guy says to me, we'd like you to make a record. And I said, well, I'd like to do a record. And with all these things I'm doing, I can put that in there. And he hands me a sheet of lyrics, 20 songs, and I read them, and they're all science fiction songs. And I say to him later, it's all science fiction. I don't want to do science fiction. I'm into something else now. And he says, yeah, but, you know, science fiction, and you know. I said, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm on the phone, and I'm looking at I'm wondering whether I should tell you what the theme is, because it's such a good idea. But what the hell? Nobody else will do it because they don't dare. So I'm looking at the songs he's handed me, and there's 6 of them about Major Tom. Remember, you know, hey, Major Tom, you know that song? Sing it. Somebody sing it. Major Tom, ground control to Major Tom. Okay, so you know ground control to Major Tom, and he gets out, and there's an explosion, and he's out in space, and he's looking down, and where's Major Tom, and all the kind. There's 6, 7 songs about where's Major Tom. Not only that, you could fit other songs into what Major Tom is doing, like Bohemian Rhapsody. And I laid down a track of Bohemian Rhapsody with that guitar solo. You know what I'm talking about? Why are you laughing at the ring, brang, brang? And it could be phenomenal. So another guy calls back. He says, well, we like the idea, but we don't want to do that. So I'm in the middle of searching for somebody to record that, to help me do the song. Help me do the album called Seeking Major Tom. Okay, someone's supposed to flash me a sign for 5 minutes or no. No sign? No sign. No sign? No sign. Okay.